Hey, what's up guys, it's Xbox here. Joining me is Sachin. How you going, mate?
Good, mate.
And today I'm bringing you the gameplay from the new Magic 2012 expansion. It allows you to play as the archenemy. I was kind of assuming they would do this eventually because, you know, in the main thing you had to verse the archenemy. I was kind of hoping they would do this to be on the other side. And to be honest, it's quite easy being the archenemy with that that scheme deck. But if anybody out there is having a bit of troubles, I thought I'd, you know, throw up some tips and stuff on like how I did it. Have you played the expansion yet, Sachin?
I haven't seen the expansion. This is actually the first time I've actually seen it in this video, so yeah, it's interesting to see how it goes out. Alright,
so here's a funny thing before we get into it, is that if you guys can see in another video I actually put up a tips like for Magic on how to beat the archenemy campaign when you're on the other side, and you had to like beat all the archenemies, and it was really fucking hard. And I put up the strategy was to use Jace Beleren for all three characters, and the irony is that the final battle in this campaign is you versing that same strategy, you know, against, you know, you. So it's kind of like versing myself, but you know, being the, you know, smart guy that I am, I kind of already worked out a strategy to, you know, that was even better than that kind of thing. And the strategy was to use this deck here. The person that uses it is called Liliana Vess or some shit. The deck's called Grave Whispers or something. It's one of the new decks in the expansion, and to get it, you just go to like the expansion tab, and up the top you can verse all the new characters to get like their decks. It's pretty easy. I definitely recommend like beating her. I knew once like I versed her, I knew that this deck was going to rape in this mode, and I'll tell you a bit about like, you know, the strategy involved and how it works, and pretty much how it's all based around like making the other people like discard their cards and shit. So which is a pain in the ass in itself, because people discarding their cards, naturally if you got good cards in your hand, you know, you're being made to discard them. That's a pain in the ass. But how she gets you is she has these cards that you can put out, and every time they discard a card, they lose health. And with the scheme decks are built around depending on what, you know, the archenemy is using. So the scheme deck itself also makes them lose cards a lot as well. So if you can get that card out early, which I didn't actually do in this match, I did it in pretty much all the other matches up to this one. This one I didn't get it in my hand, so I didn't get it out. But just goes to show this deck is pretty good, just because, you know, even without that strategy I still won. But yeah, it usually revolves around, you know, getting this certain card out, which then, you know, makes them lose health for every time they lose a card. And there's creatures she has which puts out, makes them discard a card. There are like sorcery cards that make them discard. The scheme deck makes them lose cards, so it kind of just fucks them over. I don't know, have you seen this kind of deck in like the real Magic, Sachin, at all?
I'm not a big player of Magic against other people or anything, but yeah, no, I haven't seen it.
It has a couple of those asshole cards with the skeletons that regenerate, which is kind of good. You know, get out those cards, it kind of forces them to, you know, discard cards and lose health, and it's over really quick. I used to do a couple of different decks. At the start I used like the Elf deck, and the Jace Beleren deck, as well as the archenemy, and both of them, they kind of worked, but they kind of, they lost as well. It was like 50-50, where once I started using this deck, I won the whole campaign without losing any games at all, which was really good. This card that I've got highlighted there, it's probably one of my favourite cards to get out. Sachin, I think you'll like this one. It's 6/6. It has Death Touch, and when every time it enters the battlefield, you get 2 zombie tokens, which are 2/2. And every time it attacks, you get another 2/2 zombies.
Well, you're right, Terry. I do like that one. It's really good.
Yeah, so basically this is how I pretty much won this game, was like through this card, which I'll get out soon. And yeah, you come out and I just got like a... They were idiots as well, because they made me get rid of, like, it says, you know, return a card to your player's hand. They kept returning it, so when I put it back out, it got another 2, you know, creatures again. So they're dumbass, and by the end I had like a fucking battalion of zombies, which just fucking raped them. But yeah, I don't know. You've been playing the Magic, you know, real life and shit. Like, how do you like it? Tell us a bit about the game.
Oh, well, you know, in real life, it's probably a bit different than it is to the games where people have built their own decks and they've got their own strategy and stuff, where every deck in the game is pre-built, and you know, certain things work out a different way in the game than they do in real life. And yeah, well, the game is more simpler to learn, I reckon, than in real life, because the decks that you see in real life are just stupid. Like, sometimes you won't even get a turn and you'll lose just like straight away. Just like boom, 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 you're dead. I'm like, oh shit, righto. No worries.
Yeah, good game. Thanks for coming. But yeah, I don't know. Like, the reason I like playing this stuff online, like I've said to you before, is because, you know, everything's automated as well. There's no confusion.
Yeah.
And, you know, everything's done for you, and you know, I really like that. When playing online, we've versed each other a couple of times, and it can get confusing and shit, and there's fucking counters building up everywhere, and, you know, there's just stupid shit going on left, right, and center, and it does get a bit confusing. Where
like, you've got different abilities on different cards, and you have to remember to like use them,
activate it like every
turn,
go.
everything. Yeah, so
which is a bit of a pain in the ass. So I know I'm not saying like I'm good at Magic, but I really like card games, like, you know, all kind of card games, like Yu-Gi-Oh and that shit. I know I've always really, you know, I've never really fully got into them, but when I do play them, I really like them. And I always seem to be able to come up with strategies to win. You know, I know it just kind of comes into my way of thinking. But yeah, I have a lot of fun with it. It's kind of like playing chess. Like you've kind of got to outwit your opponent, kind of thing. You know, there's like defense, offense. You know, it's very much a mind game kind of thing. I really like that. So we've pretty much gone through most of the strategies. The strategy is pretty much just use this, you know, this deck here, and you'll basically win every game. I never even look like losing a game, to be honest. I love this deck. The moment I seen it, I knew it was gonna own.
He's very modest.
But yeah. Pretty much in the expansion, all you had to do was like win the archenemy campaign, and there was an achievement for hosting an archenemy online game as well. All I did there was host it, and I set 2 of them to AI. Once one person came in, I just started it, and then he quit after like 2 minutes. But you got the achievement anyway. So that's how I did that, because there was, you know, not many people really want to verse the archenemy. Everyone wants to be the archenemy, you know. So kind of made it a bit hard. But here's this card in action here, the 6/6. And see when it's attacking now and ready. Oh no, we must have missed it. Is it out?
So.
Oh yeah, we must have just missed it. When it attacked, you would have got 2 more like tokens out. But yeah, so they almost got the like the Jace Ballerin computer players almost got that formula working that I used to use, where it was, you know, get as many illusion creatures out as you can to get the flying creature built up. Yeah. And when he got it up, I did something that a scheme deck card came up, which fucking made him lose it, which kind of stopped them in their tracks. Oh, there it is.
I know you haven't even got it out yet.
I think they returned it.
Oh, right.
Yeah, see, they're dumb. They returned it, and now look, ready. I put it back out, and boop. Zombies everywhere. I love that card. A couple other good cards that are in this deck are ones that, like, you can search your deck and pull out any card and put it in your hand. And the reason this deck works in archenemy is because you get so many land cards out really quick, and that's why I like this. Look, they're returning it again. Oh, they're returning a different one. The reason the archenemy is good too is you get to see, like, a lot of the decks, you know, in action. Like, you get to, like, really fully play out their formula. Yep. Where in single player one-on-one you don't really get to see that. You know, a lot of the time, you know, it's over before you get a chance. Where here, you know, because you get so many lands out because of the scheme, you can really play out, you know, a lot of the decks how they're supposed to work. So I don't know. I think that's pretty much it. What else you got to say? We've still got a couple minutes. I'm pretty sure we've talked about most of the strategy involved here. Yeah, pretty much. I think you've hit the nail on the head, pretty much. Yeah. About how to play out this game. Look how many fucking creatures are out there. That is crazy. They've only got 1 out, and you've got like 50,000. No overestimation there at all. But yeah, I know. What else have you been up to, mate? Looking forward to Gears in a couple of days, mate. Looking forward to Gears. Yes, it's cost me a fair bit of money to get this game actually, because my Xbox shattered itself the other day, so I had to buy a new one. So I bought the special edition Xbox Gears of War. So that should be good. Looking forward to that. Yep, should be good. And I'm getting the Epic Edition, which I'll do an unboxing of, and that's a pretty cool card as well. 6/5, and then when it enters the battlefield, all the other creatures in the other team get -2. And then you can do something. I can't remember what it was. You can do something, and then they get -2 again. There it is. Whenever a creature an opponent controlled dies, then they lose 2 life. That's right. And he made them die anyway by them just losing 2 because they only had 2, so they just automatically died. But yeah, so yeah, I'll be doing an unboxing of the Epic Edition of Gears of War 3. I'm getting the Lancer as well. And you've got a Lancer at home. I do. I have the You got the
Yeah, I
original.
got the original Lancer.
I'm getting the gold retro Lancer, so that'll be interesting. We'll do probably, take some pictures and do some stupid shit with that. See me roading and running across the backyard.
Yeah. we'll have a Lancer battle in the backyard.
That'll be fucking pretty funny. Yeah, I don't know. Probably not really much else to talk about here. As you can see, about to dominate this. Look how look at all the attacks here. It's just like domination.
Just go home. Don't even. Just if you could quit, just quit.
This is absolute domination. Get ready
Just
for
like
it.
don't even try. Just go home. But yeah, I mean, next couple of months, it's good for gamers, mate. Lots of new games coming out.
Oh, mate.
EB Games Expo next month.
Yeah, AVA.
Should be sweet.
Yeah, that's gonna be fucking sick. We're both going to that. We're gonna be doing some video of that, taking some pictures and shit. I think they'll be good for us too, just to remember the moment, because I think we'll go, it'll go so quick, I reckon.
Yeah.
But yeah, so look forward to that, guys. Yeah, that's the achievement. That was the final achievement. That's pretty much how you do it. Summarize. Use the Liliana Vest deck. It kicks ass. That's it. I'm out of here. Peace.
Later.